Did you know that studies estimate that up to 80% of people encounter passive aggressive behavior in their daily interactions, whether at work, in relationships, or even with friends? This high prevalence shows how passive aggression has become an almost invisible part of everyday communication, affecting relationships, productivity, and emotional well being. This may or may not have surprised you. So let's identify the 8 secret patterns of passive aggressive behavior and see if you can spot them in your relationships and life. I'll even give you examples of what someone might say when they enact one of these passive aggressive ways. Now, yes, because passive aggressive behavior is one of the most confusing and frustrating dynamics we can experience in our relationships. When someone is being passive aggressive, it can be quite hard to pinpoint exactly what's going on and how to address it. We can feel confused, and the impact on our relationships can be quite devastating, leading to feelings of resentment, anger, and even hopelessness. For example, have you ever been in a situation when someone says one thing but does another? Maybe they agree to help you with a project, but then conveniently forget or arrive late, leaving you to pick up the pieces. Or perhaps someone gives you the silent treatment, only to later claim they were just busy or tired. These behaviors can drive us crazy, leaving us feeling confused, hurt, or even gaslighted. One of the biggest difficulties in dealing with passive aggressive behavior is recognizing it in the first place. We often struggle to identify the subtle signs and might even question our own sanity or perceptions. It's even harder when the person exhibiting the behavior is someone we care about, like a partner, family member, or close friend. We might find ourselves walking on eggshells, trying not to rock the boat, or constantly second guessing ourselves. But what if you could uncover the secret patterns behind their behavior? What if you could recognize the hidden signs and develop strategies to manage them more effectively? Or what if you could recognize that you also behave in passive aggressive ways yourself? By doing this, you could do some work and improve your relationships big time. Now, before we get to the all important 8 secret patterns, how about you subscribe? Don't worry, I won't be passively aggressive if you don't, but do help a girl out. Help us get to at least 550 subscribers. It's been ages. So, okay, the patterns. The first secret pattern is the yes but strategy. This is where someone agrees to do something, but then adds a condition or caveat that effectively vetoes the original agreement. For example, I'll help you with the project, but only if I can do it my way. The second pattern is the innocence routine. This is where someone pretends to be oblivious to the impact of their behavior, often claiming they didn't mean to hurt or inconvenience anyone. An example would be, I didn't mean to forget our plans, I just got caught up in work. The third pattern is the martyr complex. This is where someone presents themselves as a victim, even when they're the ones causing the problem. They might say something like, I'm only doing this for you, and you're not even grateful. The fourth pattern is the sugarcoating sabotage. This is where someone appears to be helping, but actually undermines the effort. For instance, I'll help you with the presentation, but let me redo it in my way since I'm more experienced. The fifth pattern is the avoidance gambit. This is where someone avoids discussing a sensitive issue only to bring it up later as a way to deflect accountability. As an example, it would be something like, I didn't want to bring it up earlier, but now that you mention it, I have a problem with that too. Now, the sixth pattern is the fake apology. This is where someone apologizes, but not really. They might say, sorry you felt that way, without taking actual responsibility for their actions. The seventh pattern is the blame shifting. This is where someone attributes their own mistakes or failures to someone else. For instance, if you had done your part, this wouldn't have happened. The eighth and final pattern is the procrastination ploy. This is where someone delays taking action, knowing it will cause problems or inconvenience others. An example would be, I'll get to it eventually. I'm just really busy right now. What's fascinating about passive aggressive behavior is that it's often a sign of deeper issues like insecurity, fear of conflict, or even a lack of self awareness. Once we recognize these patterns, we can start to address the underlying concerns and work towards more constructive communication. So, to summarize today, we've explored 8 secret patterns of passive aggressive behavior. Remember, recognizing these patterns is just the first step. The real challenge is in learning to manage them effectively and developing strategies to improve our relationships. Thanks for watching. Have you ever experienced passive aggressive behavior from someone? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you want more content on personal development, be sure to subscribe for a new video every week.